For the last couple of years, instead of actually trying to reach my own goals, I've studied why people don't reach their goals. I've studied procrastination. I've studied why we tend to push away what we want in such a degree that it's completely sabotaging what we want in our lives. And today I'm going to show you my findings with working with clients, with studying, with understanding myself of why procrastination in business and life is actually not even real. It's like this matrix thing right here. It's fake, completely fake. So let's just get to it. We talk about procrastination a lot, and what we need to start to understand is that procrastination doesn't exist without cause and effect. There's cause and effect with everything that you do. If you do something, a result comes. If you hit someone, they get pain. If you drink water, you feel hydrated. You don't get pain in the face without something causing the pain, okay? Just like procrastination is just a side effect. It's not the actual cause. It's not what is making you stuck. It's the effect. And the cause is fear. The cause is always fear in business, in life. So most of the time we try to fix the effect, which is the procrastination. So we force ourselves to do something. We push ourselves through. But if the cause is still there, which is the fear, then we will keep procrastinating. And this is the reason why you haven't reached your top goals in your business or in your life. And I'm going to explain this exactly today. So most of the time we try to fix the effect, but effect doesn't actually matter because the cause is making the effect. It's creating the effect. Without the fear, the procrastination wouldn't be there. Okay? So let's just continue down here. If the task you're trying to do felt easy and effortless, do you think you would have done it already? Yes, probably. If you felt like creating content online and putting yourself out there felt easy and effortless, just like scrolling on your phone, would you do it? Yes, of course you would. It wouldn't be anything hard. It would just be easy and effortless. So example, something that might be easy and effortless now, watching Reels on Instagram. Resistance is launching a product. Staying safe like before is easy and effortless, or showing up online is resistance. Calling a friend is easy, and calling a client is resistant. But what I'm saying is that without the fear that we talked about before, then this resistance will not be there. So this resistance will become easy and effortless. And this is the goal. And this is literally what I base all my work on. It's about making success feel easy and effortless. Because if you're confident that, okay, yeah, I can do this and it's easy to do, then you're going to do it. But if there's resistance, if there's something pushing in the opposite direction, it's hard to do. So procrastination is nothing more than what I call mental block. And as long as you still have these blocks, it will feel like running into a wall every time. And every time you get through this wall, the wall is going to push you back in form of self-sabotage. So procrastination, which is you not doing the thing you're supposed to do, has nothing to do with the procrastination itself. It's an effect, or it's a side effect of a mental block. Okay? So here are some fears, the cause to your business problem, why you're not taking the big leap in your life. So the question that you might be asking yourself in your head is, what if no one will buy? What if I will fail with the launch? What if people are going to judge me? What if I'm not good enough for my service? What if they will pay and not be happy? And these are the causes to your procrastination. Let me show you exactly. So if you want to sell something, but you have a big fear that what if no one will buy? It's much more easy and effortless to not sell the product at all, to self-sabotage or procrastinate so that you don't have to sell a product, because then you don't have to fear that no one will buy. So the fear, the subconscious fear, is actually driving your decision making. It's driving you to not do the thing that you need to do. So what happens when you remove these fears is that you can go super, super easily to your goal, to your reward that you want, which is clients, or you want to show up online, or if you want to quit your job, you want to do something new in your life. So why is this important, and why does this work? Well, this is the way it works. Your brain, if you have this old pathway, if we continue going here, it just gets easier and easier and more effortless, more easy to do. These pathways in your brain, you don't even have to care about what it is, but think about it as you're in a forest and there's a path. And this path has been walked on 1,000 times, so it's super easy to walk on this path, okay? But Here, there's wood, there's stuff everywhere, and you trying to go through this is going to be really hard. And it's so much easier to just go back to this path and then go on the path that you've always been walking before. And this is because the mind wants to save energy and it wants to keep you safe. It doesn't want to use more energy and create new pathways, which is you pushing yourself through into a new way of doing things. It doesn't want you to expand. It wants you to stay safe, stay comfortable, because then it doesn't have to use more energy. So this is the big problem, is that we try to save energy instead of wanting to create new pathways in our brain. And the more we walk on it, the harder it is to break these pathways, which is also a very good explanation of why when we get older and older, it's harder to do new things. All right, so we go down here. Easy would be staying the same, creating feeling of procrastination, or revalidating old beliefs. Like, I can't even sell products anyways. That would be very easy, because then it doesn't have to look at the old stories and realizing that they're fake, or you don't have to sell that product, because if you just tell yourself that you can't do it, then it's not going to be any problem. So hard might be building many new pathways in the brain or going through expansion. And instead of going through expansion, it's easier to create the feeling of procrastination, which is just not doing anything, which is accept the thing that you know you need to do to get to the next level in your life or business. So if you want to be successful in launching or growing your business or life, a relationship, anything, it's just to remove what's in between. Because if you remove what's in between, it's going to be super easy. It's going to be yours. Oh shit. It's going to be yours. Exactly like this. So no blocks means no resistance, and no resistance means simple success. And as you can hear, I'm not saying easy success. I'm saying simple success. I'm saying all you're going to do is just take the steps that are necessary that you need to take, that you know you need to take. It's going to be super simple. And every day is going to be walking forward on the path of life towards your goals. Then what we need to do, and understanding this from working with clients, even if I work with someone who's starting out in business, or if I'm working with someone who's making $50,000 per month, they all have mental blocks on every single level. So it's not something that you actually get rid of while you go up higher and higher. And my mentor, he works with billionaires, and he has the same thing. His work is valuable to them because there's mental blocks on every level. And what did I say about mental blocks? It's about fears running your life. It's about fear, which is basically just your mind keeping you safe, keeping you from expanding, keeping you from creating new pathways, because it takes a lot of energy. So it's not anything negative. We just need to be aware of it, and we need to understand it. So let's say this is level 1, which is what if no one buys my product? And once you understand this and you get over this fear and you break down the fear and you remove it, you go to level number 2. And that is, what if I make my clients upset? That's another fear. And then what if I lose all my clients? What if I can't pay my employees? That's when you have employees on your business. You're making more money, maybe $10,000, $20,000 a month. What if I can't pay my employees? What if I lose it all? These are fears that can be running your life. These are the fears that can be stopping you from investing in marketing, investing in coaches, investing in yourself to get the business going forward. So instead of going forward, you are actually staying safe. And by staying safe, maybe you're not even going forward, you're going backwards. And you're actually on the way of losing it all because you're so scared of going forward. So this is, as you know, this is so interesting. So first, what I like to do when I work with clients, when I do my breakthrough sessions. So first, what we want to do is find the goal, which is basically, what do you want to do? What's the breakthrough you want to have in your business, in your life? And then we got to understand what's the reason why you haven't reached it. You can ask yourself, if you want to do this yourself, you can ask yourself, why am I not there yet? Why haven't I made this amount of money? Why am I not happy yet? Why can't I feel happy? You ask yourself and you come up with an answer and understand what's the actual answer. What's the excuse to why you haven't reached this goal yet? And then when the excuse comes up, you dig even deeper into the discomfort and you ask yourself, okay, but how does this make me feel? Why does this make me feel like this? What is the fear behind this? What if I would do it anyways? What would happen if I fail? What would happen if I win? I essentially just follow the emotion, follow the discomfort basically. And when I follow the discomfort, as long as I need to, then you can find a limiting story, which is the limiting story to why you can't do it. And you can't just say, because I'm procrastinating. Because as we said before, Procrastination is just an effect of the cause, and the cause is a mental block, and a mental block is a fear stopping you. Then, when we found this limiting story, which is basically, if I win, I might lose it all, or if I fail, people might judge me. If I take this step, I might lose and I might have to go back to my old job. So we find the limiting story and we understand that it's fake, and then we remove it, release it. And then what I like to do is just using hypnosis to install the new beliefs, installing the new story that is, if I quit my job and I take this big step, I'm just going to find a new job because I'm a very good employee. It's not going to be any problem. So what you're trying to create is a perception shift that your conscious mind can understand. And then we use hypnosis to install new beliefs. And we're going to talk about that in another video. We can take this road down here. Every belief is fake and real at the same time. And what do I mean by this? Is that if you tell yourself that I'm not a lucky person, or if I can't do this, I can't sell a product, it is true for you, but it's also fake at the same time because it doesn't mean that it's real. So it's fake and real at the same time. And what we've tried to do when we release these mental blocks is understanding and deciding which mental blocks we want, what limiting beliefs we want. A very simple example with every belief is fake and real at the same time is that just this thing about some people saying that some strategies work and some strategies doesn't work. You can find an expert in every strategy and they've made it work. So does that mean that, okay, let's say this kind of marketing does not work? Well, yes, it's real for you because it's real because you feel and you experience it as real because you believe in it. But it's at the same time it's fake because someone else doesn't believe that it's true. So is that true for you or is that true for the world? Well, there's no real belief to have. You decide your belief to have, and that's the way you're going to experience life from. So when the power of the negative belief is no longer there, walking towards your goal will feel effortless and easy. And that's the whole goal with all of it. It's just removing the mental blocks so the goal will feel easy and effortless. And if you have a goal on the top of your goal list, it's always there. It's always been there. Just understand that there's always a mental block stopping you from getting there. Determine what you want right now, the goal. Understand what's in between you and that goal, which is the excuse to why you haven't reached it yet. Remove that mental block, what's in between, and then you're going to have a very simple success, which is not about struggling or forcing or pushing or grinding, but in the easiest way possible.